Hello everybody, Zeno and Xtra76 here to bring you part 2 of the Sonic Riders behind the scenes. I'm really going to show you this in an unprofessional commentary-like fashion this time because there's a lot more things I need to explain and show you pretty much as I talk over it. A little more maybe entertaining and interesting because this is all going to be a scrapped version that I never ended up using because it's out of my expertise is probably the best way to put it. So let's go to the other screen. As you can see here, this is a Blender scene with green screen modeling. I was going to try and green screen this hoverboard being zoomed out of the camera, and if I can find the footage that this was shot from, you can see where I tried to measure the distance of the model, and then I just tried to recreate it in here so I can make it where I ride the hoverboard, because that was my original intention. I was supposed to ride a hoverboard into the scene, and if I go to my behind-the-scenes footage here...
That should still be good, right? Doesn't really matter if it's 60 FPS for this recording because I'll be green screen staticized.
And as you can already tell, I had a way different setup. This was before I had my hair cut, so all the more reason why I wanted to redo this. But this is really out of my green screen space here, so I was trying to make it look like I was riding a hoverboard from the third person. I didn't get a really good angle on what it would look like. Like if you used a protractor and set to how many degrees it would be at the camera, I couldn't find a way to replicate that in Blender. So I kind of had to guess and just to do multiple shots of of this until I got it somewhat correct. And I wish I had a full version, like a fake rendered version here to show you, because I tried putting it together and it looked bad. Like, no matter what angle I shot it at or repurposed it in After Effects, it just did not look right at all. But let me see if I can find... Let's just go back to Blender while I'll just play this in loop. So literally it was just... If I were to find... How do I get to the camera? I forget. There we go. So this would have been the first perspective. I had like 3 different cameras set up at the time of all this stuff going off. And if I go to my Dolphin folder, because that's where I record all of my game footage for GameCube games, looks like I might have deleted them. So I have no base footage of this perspective anymore, but it was supposed to be perspective of me riding through one of the Gigan Rocks levels through like a fire cave, like where the fire is lit. And this is supposed to perfectly replicate it. I'd go into game right now to show you, but it'd probably take too long. So, yeah, that was a failed attempt. I tried to green screen this footage over, and it looks terrible. In fact, I might actually have some evidence of me trying to fake green screen it somewhere. I'll just have to look for it, because it might be in my OBS Studio recordings. And if it's not, I wouldn't be surprised, because I clean my recording drive out very frequently, so that's how I end up losing a lot of footage for stuff. But I tried to do multiple different poses as I zoomed down. Like, I would have zoomed out so quickly you wouldn't really get to see what I look like in it anyway, but I was having fun with it. And with old versions of this footage, I have old versions of the introduction, and I have old versions of the introduction, which I think is not the right way to say it. The outro, you know, the ending, the conclusion. I have footage of those in a folder, and a lot of it deals with me in the second scene of this introduction. This scene, I was supposed to ride the hoverboard and then go into a side perspective and then ride and show... Where the heck is it? So yeah, so here's me riding it. Look how much more worse the camera quality is. I don't know what the heck I was doing. My hair looks really dopey. I look like a redneck trucker for some frickin' reason. I don't know what the hell I was wearing. But I was supposed to be riding a hoverboard, trying to look for the Ark of the Cosmos, and then tripping over something, which I don't know how you would. It'd probably just be more of falling off of the hoverboard. And I did it like 3 or 4 times. And as you can see, even this part of my jacket got stuck onto the back of my arm, and I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that at all. So those takes were pretty bad. Here's my first attempt of falling on the green screen. You can see these black spots here. That's probably the weight holding it down. These areas are a pain in the butt to green screen if you're not good at what you're doing. Lighting is key, and getting rid of any blacks possible is just key. And I was trying to fix the scene a couple times. I have it where the Ark of the Cosmos, you know, the duct tape is right there. I would fall and be like, yeah, found it.
Yes.
And there's like, I need to get a wireless lavalier mic so bad for this camera, or just get a camera that accepts wireless lavalier mics. You know, I need to do some investment. But a lot more cringe acting. I really ended up liking. Oh my god, hold on. I really ended up liking. Sorry, I'm moving myself. It's unprofessional. I had to fix my webcam on this earlier, but something. What was I saying? I just hated, like, I did put most of this together, and I think in a build somewhere, or maybe I deleted it thinking it was bad, but it's just like, I'm so happy I redid this, because if I just went and stayed with this footage, even with the hair change, like, weird anomaly, I don't think the video would have been anywhere near as good, because my original first version of the script didn't have any of those in-person, in-between cutscenes where I say, GameCube controller, and talk about the aliens and stuff. That was all added in on the script after I shot this, because this footage is like a month older than the new footage. So I just decided to do it because I cut my hair. It looked stupid. It looked dumb. I wonder if I do have an old version of it. Let me look. Oh, here we go. Here's the cut in between spot. I managed to find the really bad intro for this first version. I'm just going to go full screen and where the heck is it? Boom. I'm going to go full screen and let it play. So as you can already tell, even in the first frame, I decided to ditch that 3D perspective and then just go to this. And I'll let you see how much more worse this is, especially because I think there's like placement continuity errors, but I'll just shut up and let the footage speak for itself.
Where the hell is it? Tails told me that there was one more Ark of the Cosmos around here somewhere, and I've been flying around for like 20 minutes trying to find it, and I haven't found freaking anything. Man, I'm starting to think he's just one little lying son of a... Wait a minute. I think that's it. Is that...
Look how much more worse the green screening is right here. Literally, it was such bad angling of the blacks that I tried to smooth it all out and make it look better, but it just ultimately looked really bad. And going back to here really fast, this was all done with Dolphin. I shifted the camera and I tried to play the game not looking at where my character was going, so he'd stay off camera and play the game to make it look like I was riding along it. This is really difficult to do unless you have like a TAS. If you enable a TAS, or you can play through it perfectly fine and then just shift the camera and record it like in a replay, that would be the easier way to do it, but I just didn't want to take the time to do that, and it reflects on the poor work I have here.
Wait a minute.
Speaking of which, when I go off this ramp and fall, you can see the camera clip through it, obviously, and I'm like, whoa. Anyway, continuing this horrible introduction.
Oh, man. There it is! Yes! Whew.
Wow, I just realized there's a lighting change here. It looks a lot brighter. Maybe that's because I'm standing in the blue. I don't know. I didn't do a lot of color correction on this, but I'll shut up.
Well, at least Tails wasn't lying. But here it is. The Ark of the Cosmos. Yes, with this, I will finally be able to control gravity. And with my ability to control gravity, I can finally review Sonic Riders Zero Gravity.
You can obviously see I try to keep that joke in there where I drop the Ark of the Cosmos and I do the whole, whoa, I don't know how to control myself in zero gravity. But here, I don't shift the footage like you think I might do, like in Premiere Pro or something. This is actually Dolphin and me free camming the camera in a circular motion. It looks really stupid, and me sitting in the same spot kind of makes the illusion look really bad. I just tried to warble the effect looking like it was manipulating gravity. It didn't look as well as I think my real version did, where you literally see the sound sonic boom, like distortion, like you see in the games do. like what the games do. So this looked a lot more primitive and stupid. It just uses like a warp distortion effect, and everything doesn't look as well green screened in my opinion because of things like my sunglasses clip through. It doesn't look as soft. I don't know, just not proud of that. And the footage stays so that I didn't even hear myself laugh before. I've watched that a few times. That's funny.
Where the
This looks like a fixed version. Oh, that's version 1. So
hell?
this is version 2. Oh, I accidentally left sound playing in the clip, which ruined everything. Because you got to keep track of that stuff. When you record stuff and you don't mute it, yeah, it's pretty bad. Well, anyway, it's scrapped. I'm probably going to add it in post from this later if I do find it. But yeah, this was supposed to be an incredibly ambitious introduction, and I ended up botching it and doing such a horrible job, I just decided to ditch it altogether. So there's behind the scenes on that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and be expected to see more behind the scenes stuff or some other stupid video on Xtra76. Bye.